Hey guys, and welcome to the Watchtower Watch Reviews with your host DK, and today we are looking at another Heimdallr, specifically their homage of the 62 Mass, the style made famous by Seiko. So Heimdallr are pretty much famous for making Seiko homages. They do quite a lot of them. I've had on the SKX homage that I bought myself. I've had on the Monster that George loaned me, and I've also had on this one, the 62 Mass homage that George also loaned me. So let's say thank you very much to George for letting me have these, and let's not waste any more time and we'll get on with the review. Let's get to it. So let's get on with the unboxing. So this one comes with a couple of different options. You can have a stainless steel bracelet 3-link oyster style for $200 with sapphire, or you can have it for $189 on rubber, which is the one that George has got here. He also has this very nice frost style. You can also change sapphire for mineral glass and save yourself $20. Normally you would get a 2-year warranty with these as well if you buy from the official Heimdallr website, which I'll pop a link down in the description below. However, as this one is a free watch for George, it doesn't come with the card. So dimensions on this one, you're looking at 40.7mm in diameter, 43.5mm going across to that 3 o'clock crown. Lug tip to lug tip is 50mm. With a bracelet, of course, that could be more, and you can see there it is drilled lugs. However, the case does curve down slightly, so it does take a little bit off that length. The width is 20mm on those lugs. With that strap, there isn't really much of a taper on it. Thickness is 14.5mm thick, so it's a big enough watch on wrist. And the weight on the rubber strap is 112 grams. Of course, with the bracelet, it will be significantly more. Alright, so specifications on this one. Again, 316L stainless steel specified on that case, the crown and the bezel. High polish on the sides and on that crown, and then brushed on the upper lugs. Just go back there and give those a little wipe. So you can see there the high polish and then the brushed on the upper lugs. You also get a 120 click coin edge bezel with a black ceramic insert. It's 120 clicks. I'll shut up so you can hear it. Nice solid clicks as well, and it does operate quite nicely, and unlike some of the actual Seikos that this is based on, it does line up at the 12 o'clock indice. Always a nice touch on a watch that costs below €200. I always think if it lines up at that price, you're doing well. This one came with the rubber waffle strap, which is reasonably flexible and a decent look of that sort of vintage style diver, and you do also have a stainless steel clasp, high polish, signed with the Heimdallr branding. You do also get double dome sapphire with AR coating, and there is a blue tint off it. It's very nice. There's not too much distortion actually, which I was kind of surprised about with double dome. But if you look around the outside there, you can see the fact that this one does have the littlest bit of blue tint when you get light across it. It just again aids if you're out in sunlight. This one shouldn't show up a whole lot of glare, because if you don't have AR coating on a white dial watch or even a black dial watch, it can be a case of being very hard to read. Screw down crown, which is unsigned, and screw down case back gives this one 300 meters of water resistance rather than the one that says on the dial, which is 200 meters. It does also specify stainless steel. It has the Heimdallr shark on the back, the water resistance, and sapphire, of course. The movement inside is a Seiko NH35, hacks and hand winds, automatic, beats 21,600 vibrations per hour, so 6 ticks to the second hand per second. Pull it out once to hand wind, pull it out a second time to change the date, and pull it out a third time to stop the second hand and to adjust the time. You can see there that date wheel is also kind of color matched. It's in white, which is quite nice as well. So time for the macro shot. You can see there you have your lume pip, which is actually sort of lume painted onto the ceramic bezel or inset into it. You also have a chunky baton indice, which is double the width at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. You have the traditional Heimdallr shark there at the 12 o'clock position, which is applied. You also have printed minute track around that frost dial and a framed date window at the 3 o'clock position with a white date wheel that again matches that frost dial. X automatic divers 200 meters, which is actually supposed to be 300 meters in red down there at the 6 o'clock position. You have your paddle second hand as well, just giving you a little bit of something different to look at. And you have your 62 Mass style hands as with the original Seiko 62 Mass. Out on my 7-inch wrist, here it is in some natural sunlight on that black silicone strap, or rubber strap I should say. It does fit better than you might think actually, even with that 50mm long lug width, but it's pretty decent on wrist I have to say. However, I didn't wear it on this strap a whole lot. I much preferred it on something like this. Really gives it that skin diver feel to it. It also dresses it up a little bit. This is a Watch Gecko Milanese mesh. Very, very cool, I think, on this. And for some reason, it seems to just take away a little bit of the long lug to lug. I think it flows down a bit better than the actual Heimdallr strap they provided with. And I think if you're going to go with it, that might be a good option. However, I've chucked it on something different here. This is a Vario single pass NATO strap. It's a black and I think it's Desert Sands they call it, but it's a black and cream kind of strap. It's similar to a Tudor style strap. Very nice actually. This is a fairly versatile dial. I was kind of surprised with the Frost. I thought it wouldn't be the most versatile, but it does go with a couple of things. I've also thrown this one on leather. This is a Watch Gecko leather strap. I got a whole bunch of these on eBay at the time. They were quite cheap. I think I got them for something like £40 for 10 of them, so I was only paying £4 a strap. And for the price, you can't go wrong for that. It's actually much, much nicer. I'd have happily paid £9–10 for this easily, and it suits the watch. However, this one is my personal favourite. This is an AliExpress silicone strap with quick releases on it. You do have to buy separate quick release spring bars, but they're very, very cheap. I think this is a great strap to have for pretty much any watch. I think this is a great suit as well. It goes well with the black ceramic bezel insert and of course the white Frost dial, matching well with the white stitching on that rubber strap. However, if you want to keep it really, really light colour, this is a Marine Nationale. I got it off AliExpress. They're about £2 a pop and they're brilliant. Honestly, there's a couple of differences in the quality between the straps, but I really think this one is an excellent one, and for €2 you cannot go wrong. If you're going to buy one strap, I'd pick this one. So, loom time, and with Heimdallr I have high expectations of the loom. And as you can see, I'm not disappointed. It glows away crazily well. Now, I still think my Seiko SKX homage is the best one that they've done. I've had the Monster. The Monster was very good. This one, and I've had the SKX as I mentioned. But this one is fantastic. 15 minutes of footage sped up, of course, after 2 minutes of loom from a UV blacklight. And if I always say this one, if you're watching this and you can see the loom at the end at all of my 15 minutes of test footage, you know this one is really, really good. And if you just keep an eye on this one, you can still see those indices hanging in there and the hands all the way to the end. So I suppose it is time for likes and dislikes at this stage of the video. And the first like is that dial. What a looker. What an absolutely gorgeous dial. You can get it in blue as well, but I don't know why you'd bother. I just think the white Frost or Snow dial is the one to go for. It's incredibly legible as well. Beautiful looking. You've got the AR coating, so it's pretty much good from any angle, and it's just something a bit different. I don't know if Seiko actually made a 62 mass with a Frost or a Snowflake dial, but if they did, Heimdallr have got it replicated perfectly. And that's another thing I should say. The looks on this one are great, but again, all credit has to go to Seiko for that. This is an homage. It's just aping the design of the original Seiko 62 mass, but what they have done is done it really, really well. I do like as well the fact that this one has drilled lugs, so if you don't fancy the strap that is currently on, you can easily just pop the spring bar tool in there, pop out the spring bars, and Bob's your uncle, you're away, and you've got a new strap on fairly quick. Really, really nice as well. Incredibly legible from any angle. I really do think that this one has serious staying power, and I'd be surprised if George let this one go, and if he does, I might have to get on to him about it. It's a really good looking watch, and also you can tell that from any angle you view it at. You can see there I'm rotating it round, trying to give you different angles on it. Even with that double dome sapphire, there's not much not reflective, what do you call it, refraction. That's the word. It's where I'm the one whose English is my second language, not George. Yeah, so it's a really, really well designed watch, and it's got incredibly legible dial and incredibly legible loom as well, I should say. Great loom on this one. However, things I don't like, I hate that X. That's a Seiko thing. That's a Seiko Prospex X line. I hate that X. I don't know why they've put it on. They shouldn't do that. It's not something that you're supposed to do with watches. I'm not sure if the X is a trademark. I don't think it is, but it shouldn't belong on that dial as well. The other thing as well is it says divers 200 meters, and yet it is a 300 meter water resistance watch, and they even specify that on the back of the case and on the website. Like, guys, to be honest, I'd have been happier if they just told me, yeah, it's 200 meters, and they put 200 meters on the back, even if it is 300 meters. But now that I know it's 300 meters and I can see the dial being wrong, why did you tell us? why not just tell us it's 200 meters? No one's going down 300 meters with one of these anyway. The last thing is the strap. I don't like it. It didn't fit well. I couldn't get it to sit on my wrist correctly. I'll just take off this. Actually, this is my Addies Dive. This is an homage of the Seiko Sumo, and I've got it on a Milanese mesh, which is actually pretty damn cool, I must say. Haven't worn all that much, but kind of threw it on there recently and liked it. But if you look at the one I've got on now, it really does wobble around a bit. So I have it on I think it's the fourth last hole there, and then the third last hole is far too tight, and my wrist is just under 7 inches, so it's a fairly average size wrist, and it just doesn't sit right at all. So if you buy one of these and your wrist is about the same size as mine, you're going to have to invest in getting another strap. I've given you a couple of options, but to be honest, this one is so versatile with straps, you can pretty much put anything you want on it. And a bad strap is not enough to stop me recommending this to you. So guys, there you have it, my review of the Heimdallr 62 Mass Homage. Big thanks to George again for loaning this one to me. I really did fall in love with this one once I'd taken it off the official Heimdallr strap. I wasn't a fan of that sort of silicone strap. It was fine, it looked okay, but it just never fit my 7-inch wrist properly. So if you liked the watch, make sure to check out Heimdallr on their website. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, hit subscribe now. If you're not subscribed to George's channel as well, I'll leave a link down somewhere in the description below. I have been your host DK. This has been the Watchtower Watch Reviews, and I will see you guys next time.